Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. So, today I want to talk about leadership, the characteristics of a good leader, and how we can all be a good leader, and how people look at us each and every day, and how we need to lead by example. So, really, what is a leader? A leader is going to have the ability to move people either mentally, emotionally, or actually physically, right? So a leader can do things. And when they move people, they can go in either direction. So you want to surround yourself with those people that are going to move you in that positive direction. Leaders are very powerful. We could name a long list of leaders from history. And you can think of good qualities and maybe not so good qualities. So let's talk a little bit about each of those. So what do leaders want to do? Leaders need to have a vision. They need to have a vision bigger than anybody else. They need to get everybody excited. They need to empower people to come along with them and do this with them, because you don't want to do it alone. Okay. You need a leader. To be a leader, you have to have followers, right? You have to have people doing this with you. So a leader is never alone. And I think people tend to think, oh my gosh, I don't want to give away any of the secrets, any of the power, any of all the things that I know, any of my success. That is so wrong, because you are going to lift yourself up when you lift others up. When you help others be successful, you are going to be even more successful. And that's what we need to learn. It's not a competition. We're not going to compare ourselves. We want to help everyone, because what we're doing, like I said, every time we're helping somebody else, all this does is come back to you and helps you. And that's exactly what we want to do. A good leader wants everybody to start breaking away and start being the leader that you know they can be. That's why they're with you. That's why they're surrounding themselves with you, is because they see your vision. They see the empowerment that you're giving them and the others around. And that's exactly what they love. So that's what we need to focus on as a good leader, just like with your children. Okay. You want to be the leader and you want to show them you for years and years and years, right? We're teaching them. Teachers are doing that. They don't expect them to stay there forever, right? They're going to go out on their own. And that's exactly what we need to do as a leader. We need to be able to help them and then let them go out on their own. And through this, we need communication and we need clarity, consistency. So when we have these things, we definitely need to communicate. You can't expect them to know what's going on up here, right? We have to use our words and talk to them and tell them what we expect and give them some sort of direction. With consistency, show them how you are working as a leader. Don't just ask them to do these things. You have to be consistent. I don't care if it's for 10 minutes a day, then it's 10 minutes a day, right? This adds up and up and up. But if you do for 0 minutes a day, several days a week, then yeah, you're not really getting anywhere. You just, as with your health and wellness, you have to be consistent. So as a leader, with our mindset, pushing others, all this communication, we have to be consistent in our message and what we are doing daily. And we want to be that mentor for people. Just like I was saying, you want to be that example for your children and for everybody else around you. You want to help them. There is no better feeling than when you have helped somebody accomplish something. They smile, they thank you, and now they can do it themselves. Remember when your kids you taught them how to tie their shoes? That's exactly it. I know that sounds really simple, but all these things are really simple. You just have to break them down and show people how to do them. And that's why with health and wellness, it's exactly what I want to do for you. I want to break it down and show you how simple it can be. You saw me make the, blistered tomatoes, which took just a couple minutes last week. My kids love these now, right? It makes your dishes a little bit fancier, and it's a healthier way to get them to eat another fruit/vegetable. So just those little things, you can break these down, but show others how to do these things. Don't keep the secrets. And this is not a secret recipe. Nobody can be perfect. We all need to understand that, especially as a leader or as someone that is an aspiring leader, right? Because that's exactly what we all want to do. Nobody is perfect. Honestly, you learn more from failure than you'll ever learn from success. We need to learn from our mistakes. We need to admit our mistakes. That's another thing. And that shows integrity as a leader. If you mess up, say, I'm so sorry. I did this wrong. I should not have done this, because then everybody's going to learn from that. If you try to sweep it under the rug, Everybody can see right through it, right? So show your integrity as a leader and realize what you truly can learn from failures. I tell the kids this all the time, and they know that if it's, even if it's a test. We just went to mini school last night for Liam, and I love it. We go through each class, and one of the teachers, the math teacher, said kids focus so much on the percentage, like, oh my gosh, why did I get an 89? If I would have done this, I would have got a 90. Well, okay, but are you learning what you did wrong? It's not that number. We're going to have test after test after test every day of our lives in some form or another. Are we going to get actual grades? Not always. But what are you learning from it? You have to learn the process, not just getting there, right? All the success happens in the dark. People think, oh my gosh, he's so successful, she's so successful, but they have no idea the work that goes into it. And that's what a true leader does. The people that are trying to learn from them, they're going to tell them what really goes on in the dark. Things are not magic. Success does not just magically happen. We have to work for it. And people have to realize this does take some effort, but it is so worth it in the end. Just to be able to have that freedom of time, to be able to design your life the way you want it to be, to be able to have that time freedom to go on vacations, to, just take the afternoon off. I don't care what you wanted. If you just want to sit outside because it's gorgeous, but to have that time freedom, but you have to put in the effort first to get to that point. And like I said, please don't compare. Don't look on Facebook and, Instagram and all these things and compare your life to others, because most people are only showing you the good things. They're not showing you the bad things. When people take pictures, is it messy behind them? Probably not. You guys, even when I do my reels, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's it look like behind me? And I know people would probably appreciate if they saw the piles of stuff. Everybody has piles of stuff. Their kids have their books, their papers. Everybody has their, clean dishes, hopefully not dirty, but it happens, right? So if those are behind you, or the toys, oh my goodness, the Legos and the toys. But it's okay to show our vulnerability. And as a leader, we need to do that. We need to be vulnerable. We need to show others what it takes to achieve the greatness that we all want. And then we know that is all within us. So we must continue to grow. That is important. Growing and learning is something we do every day. Don't be afraid of change. Change does not have to be bad. Change can be scary. Of course it is, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. So embrace that. Realize that we have to adapt with the times. The power of duplication is key when it comes to being a leader, because what do you want to do? You want to produce a whole bunch of other leaders just like you, right? But you have to set that good example. It is important not to hide those things from them. Like I said, show them your integrity. If something doesn't work out right, okay, we're all going to learn from it and we're going to go from there. But be that leader with integrity that stands up and shows them the example and the way to be. So again, you want to embody clarity and confidence. As a leader, we have to do that. You're not going to stand up there and listen to somebody talk that's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, that's not something that's going to engage you, that you're going to be wandering, your mind's going to be wandering, and grab out your phone. You're not going to be paying attention if somebody doesn't stand up there and capture your attention, because as a leader, that's what you have to do. You have to capture that audience in the first few seconds and keep them engaged. That is absolutely key. And like I said, always lead with integrity. And you want to inspire others, because if you inspire others, they're going to come with you on this journey. So inspire others, tell them what is possible, tell them what is out there, but tell them what they have to do to get to that point. Like I said, magic isn't going to happen, that you have to tell them what they're going to do to get there. And you want to face the challenges head on. I've talked about this before, but be the buffalo. So what does be the buffalo mean? So when there is a storm, if you are a cow, you are going to turn away and you're going to run away from the storm. And what's going to happen if you run away from the storm? You're actually going to be in the storm longer. But what does a buffalo do? A buffalo turns around, faces the storm head on, and runs right into it. So what does that do? You're going to get through it a lot faster. So be that buffalo. Face the hard things. If you have a list of things to do, start with the hard things. You know how much better your day will go if you can mark those few hard things off the list? The easy ones, oh, they're nothing. And the rest of your day will be so much easier. But what do we tend to do? We tend to put those hard things off and off and off. And then guess what? They're on the list for tomorrow. and they're on the list for the next day. So just knock them out of the park, get them done, and move on. So teach your children to be that buffalo, face the storm head on. You want to help you be your best version, and you want to help others be the best version of themselves. So, if you are interested in learning how to be a leader in the health and wellness industry, if you want to help others truly get healthy and show them what it means to live a life that they can design and they can enjoy and they can just soak up every moment of every day, please reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation with you about this. And I want to leave you with one little thought, which I wrote down so I don't want to mess this up. When we are going, excuse me, where we are going to, I'm going to start over it. I said I even wrote this down. When we are going to decide to be the, when are we going to decide to be the difference that we want to see? Okay, I'm going to read that again because I already messed it up. When are we going to decide to be the difference we want to see? It is all in your hands each and every day what your future holds. So you have to be the person that takes the initiative and makes that change, breaks that cycle. Because if we just stay average and we just keep doing the do every day, these things, what's going to happen? 6 months from now, we're still going to be in the same position, right? Just like with your health and wellness. I'll make the change later. It's kind of scary. I'm not going to do that. Well, until you actually decide to make that difference, you are going to stay right where you are. And life is way too short to be stuck in that spot. We have to keep moving forward. I would love to help you with your success. My name is Amy Gill, your